Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the beautifulness of this October day. I was reflecting on when Oprah interviewed Thich Nhat Hanh, and I don't know, this came into my consciousness, and I don't even know how, but I'm not the doer, so God wanted it to come into my consciousness, or it wouldn't have, obviously. But she interviewed him and asked him, what is the most powerful mantra that you can use to become awakened or enlightened or such? And he said, darling, I'm here for you. And that didn't mean, darling, I'm here for you to the people we live with or think of as our family. Darling is the collective whole. Everyone you meet is your darling. Muji was talking about how our biggest attachments are also our biggest weaknesses, and if your family is your biggest attachment, it's also going to be your biggest weakness, because relationships often change, as we all know, and they end, and you can fall apart. Anything we're attached to is fleeting. Everything is impermanent here on this worldly plane, and we're so attached to everything and so identified with that. And I know I've posted about that before, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. But I was looking on Facebook today, and I saw complaining after complaining after complaining after complaining. And I was wondering how we can all begin to shift our consciousness away from complaining and things that we feel upset about to things we can be grateful for. I know for me, and I've been through people who know me know I've been through a lot, and I've turned every one of those situations into, this is great, I wouldn't change a thing. I've had swamis that have cried when I've said that to them and asking me, how can I see things like that? But how can I not? God or the divine or whatever you want to call what may be greater than yourself or the universe is giving you those experiences to help you grow and to change and to break open and burn away what that is, which is false. And we get so identified with, oh, I'm the victim, or now I'm going to use this for attention. And we often do use those things. And I see that time and time and time again, and everyone's where they're at, and it's beautiful and it's perfect. But how can we turn these experiences in a way to be of service to others and to step away from the meanness? I'm not this body, so if this body gets sick, okay, I'm going to transcend that, obviously, and say I'm not this body, but how can I turn this experience into being of service, not wanting people to give to me, but how can I give back? I know the times that I've had the hardest times, or even financially, when things have been very hard, and I would then go out and give people money or do things for other people, because that creates a flow and gets you to a place where you know that you are taken care of. The more you give, the more you get. I was sitting with a man this morning, an older man, at Einstein Brothers Bagels, that he packs his lunch every day and goes and sits there for hours, and he can only afford coffee. And he had been married 47 years, and his wife unfortunately left her body, and he has no family here. And just being able to sit and hold space for him. If I were so stuck in my victimhood or my mental constructs, I wouldn't be able to hold space for him. And he really needed someone to be present for him today. And we don't do that. We don't. We let people hurt. We let people suffer alone. We're so stuck in our identification of that which is false. And yesterday, I've been having all these powerful experiences, which are beautiful because I'm open to going where the universe tells me to go. I'm not the doer, and I don't think before I speak, and I ramble on these videos. I'm sure I don't watch them. I just post them. I talk without a script, and whatever happens, and it's all perfect and beautiful. Because there is no bad or good. There is no beautiful or ugly. It's just beautiful isness, and the isness, and getting to that place where we're not swayed by whatever happens, where we can say, oh, okay, I have to have my leg amputated. Okay. And just being okay with whatever's happening, and that beautiful place of peace where you can get to. It's true, because that's where I am. I went to pick up Thai food yesterday. Max, one of the children or the souls that I raised, they're not mine, because kids, we don't own people. And the girl, I went to pick up the food, and I don't go there very often, and I opened the door and came in, and she runs up to the front, and she said, "Oh, I knew it was you before I saw you." She goes, "I felt you in the building." And she goes, "You are the most spiritual and loving person. I can just feel it coming out of you, and I love when you come here, and I really want what you have." And we can, when we do our work and we step away from those mental constructs and we turn every moment into that holy encounter, and we become love in motion. We step away from ego, and we constantly don't want the universe to give to us. We want to be able to give back to the universe. I went to Trader Joe's today, and I'm going to post some information above about malas for vets, because I believe it's an important cause, and perhaps you will and perhaps you won't, and it doesn't matter either way. I was at Trader Joe's and checking out, and the cashier was commenting on my malas and my spiritual jewelry, and she asked me about my malas, and I told her that the beautiful story about malas for vets, and buying this mala as well as some wrist malas for vets, and that it is someone that suffered a traumatic brain injury, and we shared a beautiful conversation. The person who makes the malas about brain injuries, and being able to laugh about all the gifts that come with a brain injury, and how he turned his injury into a positive, making malas for vets. And I said, I think I have her business cards in the car, because I did take a couple of business cards from this beautiful soul that makes these malas. And when I went back in, I gave her my mala, one of my malas, along with the business card, and she was so taken aback and said, "No, that's not necessary." And I said, "But I want to." And you know, when you get to that place of non-attachment, and you just give, because none of it matters. None of this matters. This is all Maya, all grand illusion. So instead of saying, "What can I get?" begin to say, "What can I give?" And I know a lot of people are going through financial struggles, or what they perceive as financial struggles, because Haiti's going through a lot more than any of us are going through, of course, right now, and Cuba will be probably having the same thing next. Is my practice that I post about a lot, and is the I love you practice. So even if you don't have a way to maybe monetarily help people, begin the I love you practice, and let's see if we can change a vibration on this planet. Silently tell people I love you, or be brave and really say I love you to them, and be present, and be loving kindness, and give and give and give of yourself. That is a life well lived. I love you so, so, so very much. Darlings, I'm here for you. If you ever need anything, please message, please call, please email, please post. I am here for you to be of service. Don't want anything in return but for you guys all to be free and happy, and to be able to laugh at this Maya, this illusion, because life is but a dream. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You are love, light, perfection, and bliss. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I love you, love you, love you. Namaste.